today I want to talk about a few things that you should know before you buy land because I'm getting a lot of people that are kind of catching on to one of the best kept secrets. I personally feel you can make a lot of money without having to put a lot of money in, and that is actually buying land. And so I talk about this a lot because I feel like it's easier to let go of. It's easier to sell, especially if you're doing tax deeds or you're doing over-the-counter properties. Land is so much easier to, I don't want to say get rid of, but if, I was just talking to a marketing person that's going to help me, with helping students. And one of the things he asked me is like, Mika, what could you guarantee? And I was like, I can't really guarantee because, I'm dealing with, human behavior, people, right? But I've had people that have gotten into my course and within 30 days was able to buy a property. One of the things that I did learn early on when I first started was that a lot of people never had purchased a property in their entire lives. And so what I realized is that I created this course for people that had probably already purchased property before. So I had a lot of people coming back and saying, I got a tax deed, what do I do next? And so one of the things that I want to talk about, which back to what this marketing guy was like, okay, if we help you market and if we help you get more students in, tell us what you can guarantee without a shadow of a doubt. And one of the things that I said is that without a shadow of a doubt, if a person had a budget between $2,000 and $5,000, depending on where it is, and we do all our due diligence, I said without a shadow of a doubt, I personally know that people can double their money, a minimum 20%. But I pretty much am confident in getting 50% if you buy right, especially with over the counter. So I said that all to say about when you're investing in land, because it's not as highly competitive as homes, you can really get a lot of land for really cheap in residential areas all over the United States. And they range, depending on where they are, they can range from $100 on up to $5,000. And I guarantee that if you buy it right in the right area and you follow these 5 principles that I'm going to tell you, I guarantee that you pretty much can double your money. So if you put $500 in, you can get $1,000 out. Pretty much. And what I was explaining to this guy was that depending upon how much you invest is going to determine how much you can get out. Because if you're going to buy $100 property, 9 times out of 10, it's in a rural area. It's not highly desirable, but you might find somebody, if you buy it right, you can find somebody that would be willing to take that off your hands for $500 or $700. Just really depends on the area. So there's a few things that if you're going to invest in land and you have a lower end budget, there's a few things that you should know. Number one, you should definitely go look at the property, because I had somebody asking me that they bought a property for really cheap and it was wood. It's wooded. So you have to include that in your cost if you're going to sell it quick. So you want to go take a walk by, look at it, make sure you don't have to level it, mow down a whole bunch of trees. Number two, you want to make sure that it doesn't have any deed restrictions, only because if it does, then there's certain things you cannot do on that piece of property. I remember the first piece of land I purchased, everybody was asking me, can you put a mobile home? Can you put a mobile home on it? And I did not know, and that's when I realized it's really important to know if there's any deed restrictions, because had I known prior that you couldn't put mobile homes on there, well, I sold it anyway, but I probably could have sold it a lot quicker if I could have put a mobile home on it. So number one, you got to know, go look at it. Number two, you have to know if there's any deed restrictions. You want to know if there's any mineral rights on the property or any certain restrictions that the government has rights to, which you can also find in the county. Also, too, I wrote this down. You definitely want to know the square footage, because you want to show what you can build on it. So that's important to know the square footage, and you can get that at the tax assessor's office. And you also can call the building department to find out what can actually be built on that. So all of this stuff is really important. And the last but not least, I think the most important So the most important thing is actually knowing if they have like a certain like style. Like certain places are, dang, I lost my thought. What do I want to say? They have like building, like sometimes there's certain areas where they're like restrictions, so you could like only build like this certain format or this certain way. They're normally historical. That's what I wanted. Sometimes there's historical buildings in certain areas that you could only build in a certain way. So that's really important to know if you're going to be investing, especially in smaller counties. I went to a smaller county, probably like 2 hours outside of Dallas, and literally it's a small town, and like they had all these like cute little cottages, and you had to build a certain way, and go figure, that was why probably half of the land or the lots that you could build on were like super cheap, probably because materials were expensive, or how to actually have the certain style and structure could be expensive to make. So it's really important to kind of know those things. But off the top of my head, if I can conclude this whole video, if you don't get anything from this video, is really, really important. Number one, go buy the property, look at it, and see if there's any work that you would need to do, like mowing the lawn, or, you know, taking the trees off the lot. And number two is knowing the deed restriction, and also knowing the zoning. Because those three are really important when it comes to reselling the property, because you don't want to buy a piece of land that you can't build on anything because it's zoned agricultural, which means you only can grow, right? So you'd have to find people that are looking to like grow a farm, you know what I mean? So those are some of the things you want to look at before pursuing and buying a lot. A lot of the information is on the tax assessors. Excuse me. So, so it's just really important to find that information, but most of all that information is on the tax assessor's website. I hope this video helped. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I also have a free tax deed guide checklist below, as well as an overage checklist. So check that down below. Thank you, and happy investing.